Hello everyone, welcome back to the new video. And in this video, we're going to talk about the latest Salesforce feature. So you can now write code in React and run it in Salesforce. So this is like the latest announcement by the Salesforce using the Salesforce multi framework. So we are going to talk about it. We are going to talk about what is the future of LWC, why Salesforce choose to have a React code and run it on their application. So this changes how we build apps on Salesforce. So maybe let's start the big announcement. As I was mentioning, Salesforce introduced the multi-framework support, which means we can build using React, or in the future we'll have more frameworks or more languages, and we can run it on Salesforce. Before talking more about the Salesforce multi-framework, what was the problem? Why Salesforce wanted to introduce it? So any web development that happens on the Salesforce platform, it happens using LWC and Aura, right? Any customization. So let's say a person who is in college or who has no idea about Salesforce, so they had to first learn LWC, Aura, React being globally available and familiar with React. So comparing it to LWC and Aura. So since LWC and Aura is also a kind of like a niche ecosystem, so Salesforce wanted to capture those audiences, or they want to target those audiences, like the non-Salesforce developers, and bring them to coding on the Salesforce platform. Now, what is the Salesforce multi framework? So, for now, Salesforce multi framework supports React language development. We can build a UI in React, run natively on Salesforce, which provides us the secure and governed platform, which provides us the DB access of Salesforce. We can query data using the GraphQL API, using the Apex API, Apex code, which in turn use Sockle. Why this matters: bigger developer pool, as I was mentioning earlier. We can reuse the React ecosystem, and it will bring faster innovation in the AI race. Faster The more faster you are, the more efficient you become. Now the major question: will LWC go away? So no, LWC will not go away. The Salesforce multi framework is still in beta. Salesforce will continue to support LWC and Aura, and it is their own proprietary framework, right? So it is not going away in the future. Salesforce multi framework adoption will also take time, so it's not like from tomorrow everyone will be doing coding in React, right? So LWC will be there, and apart from that, Salesforce wants to attract those folks who are more familiar with React. Now let's start with the demo on it. So firstly, I'll go to my VS Code, and we will go through the set of instructions for the demo. First step is to install the plugins required to run our React project. So once we create a React project, it will be present in the UI bundles folder. So I have already created my React app here, and it is present inside the UI bundles. This is a new folder that you will see. So first step, as I mentioned, like install the plugins, then create the SFTX project folder using this command. Uh, After that, I'll switch to my React project, which got newly created. This is basically the directory. You can see the name as my hyphen React hyphen project. Then I need to generate the UI bundle folder, which I was mentioning. So I've already installed the dependencies before. I just need to generate the template now. So by this command you can generate that. This has -n. -n means the React name app, then the directory. Um, then the React template comes pre-configured with the Salesforce multi-framework SDK for accessing Salesforce APIs and services, White for bundling, White for testing, Shat CN UI for components, and Tailwind CSS for styling. So if you don't know this, these are the set of tools that are used by the web developers for running React-based projects. Then what we will do is we'll switch to our newly created React app, and then we will do npm install, which will install all the dependencies required to run this project. Now to run the project over localhost, we will do npm run dev. Finally, we will deploy our project to the org. So let me do that. So it's not like I'll just read through it. We will do that as well. So what I'll do is I'll open the terminal. So this, I'm in the Salesforce projects folder. So as I mentioned, first command is like I'll run the plugins. So for me, it is already installed. So now the plugins are installed. What I'll do is I'll just create a new project using this command. Is created. What I'll do is I'll just go inside it, and then I'll just run this command to generate the web app using the React. Successfully generated the React based template in our project. What I'll do is I'll just open that project in VS Code now. So the newly project that we created is this one, my project, React project 1. Newly created project now. So what I'll do is I'll just read through the command line here. So firstly, we need to go through the go to our newly created React app within the UI bundles folder. So I'll do the same. I'll just open a terminal here in the newly created React project. I'll go to the newly created React app, and then I'll do a npm install to install the dependencies. Our npm install is working. So I'll just show you the React structure. So within the UI bundles, we have the My React app, as I mentioned. So within it, we have the index.html. This is firstly the root element that is loaded. And it is by default a hello world kind of a template. Welcome to React app. Then index.html loads the app.tsx file. So so what is tsx file? So tsx file are the special files that can contain both JavaScript and HTML. So these are something that works specifically for React. So it's easy to maintain. You don't have multiple files. In LWC, we have multiple files, right? Like HTML, JS, CSS. But within TSX file, you can have all that in a single file. So after index.html, app.tsx is the one that loads. It creates the root, and then finally our React app renders. So this is basically the flow of our React app. So now we have successfully run the command npm install, and all the npm modules have been installed. Now what we can do is we can run our app locally using the command npm run dev. So there is a prerequisite to it. You should have the node installed, and you should have the npm installed. Npm means node package manager. And to run the React modules, you should have at least node version 18 and above. So I have node version 22 installed. So that is a prerequisite. So you should have the node installed by default. So now since this is running, so it is showing me that will be running our app through White. So and most probably it will run over localhost 5173. Let's see. So now our app is running on localhost 5173. I'll just click here, and I'll open this using Chrome, and you can see that our browser is able to render the React app, has rendered successfully, and this is basically the hello world kind of screen for our React app. So this successfully demonstrates that we are able to run our React app successfully using Salesforce modules. Right. Now, what I'll do is I'll just close this, and I'll go back to the other project that I had. So in this project, what I have done is, like, I have already created a screen where I'll be able to search for an account. I have built an account 360 screen where I'll be able to search for an account and view all its cases, opportunities, and related records. So first, what I'll do is I'll show you in the org how it looks like, and then we will quickly go through its code and see how we have developed it. So, I am in my org now, and let me just search for the React app that I newly created. So the name was My React App. I just need to click on the three dots here and search for my app. It will open the React app, and it will open it like a web page where we can perform our actions. So what I can do is I'll just click on account 360, and let me search an account. Let's say I'll search for Acma Corporation, and this one does not have any contact opportunities. Maybe I'll search for the other one, Acma Corp. This one, awesome. So this has three accounts, four opportunity, and four cases, and it is giving me the total of the opportunity pipeline, the cases, the contacts, right, the status. So kind of like a account 360 view that I have created in React, and that will work with our Salesforce data. So how awesome is this? So there are a few limitations for it now. Firstly, like, you cannot deploy it in a Lightning app builder page. So that is one limitation. And this is currently in beta, so it cannot be deployed to production. So currently it's only available in the newly created developer sandboxes and newly created developer orgs and the sandboxes. So this is my sandbox, that's why it's available here. So but I think, like, in the future, Salesforce will continue to add new features and make it into production, so that you are able to build using React directly in the production. So quickly now I'll go through the code. So as I was explaining previously, inside the UI bundles, I have my React app. So what it does is, like, by the default HTML it loads is the index.html, and the index.html has a script tag that loads the app.tsx file. So if I open the app.tsx file, so this, after that, the app.tsx file loads the routes.tsx file. So this is our the second file that is loaded, and it's kind of like a SPS, that is the single page architecture. So within it we have imported the account 360 page. So this account 360 page, which is present under pages folder, this is also a tsx file, and this loads our html. So this has the html and then the js files as well. Then finally we have so inside this account 360.tsx, we are importing the search account and the get account 360 from @API account queries. So what is this search accounts? So search, I'll go to the API and I'll do account queries. So this is basically the GraphQL interfaces that we are querying Salesforce data from. So currently I'm using the GraphQL API. If you don't know about what is GraphQL API, you can watch my video on it. So we can, in our React app, we can use GraphQL APIs. We can use Apex methods as well. Since GraphQL API is a little faster, and it React is able to render it quickly, so I've used that. This is how I'm doing the queries. So the code is somewhat similar to LWC, since LWC and React are both built on the Java ECMAScript 5 framework or the 6 framework. Pretty much it on the code aspect. I think we are good with the account 360 screen code. So now what we are going to do is, the next step is to deploy this to our Salesforce org. So before that, I'll go to my command prompt and I'll do a npm run build. So before we were doing the npm run dev. Now we are doing the npm run build. So run build is basically like it packages our component into deployable files. So it overrides the dist folder or creates the dist folder, and this within it we have the files that are packageable and to be deployed to our Salesforce org. Once this command runs, the npm run build is a success, then what we will do is we'll do a sf project deploy to our org. Awesome. So our npm run build command was able to build our application. Then what I'm going to do is I'll just do a deployment. So this deployment will happen to our default org that we have set up here. That is this sandbox. And I have just added a additional flag to avoid or ignore the conflicts if there is any. Changes were not deployed because it is showing no changes to deploy. But this is the command that you can use to deploy your files, the React files or any files that got changed to your Salesforce org. So that was pretty much it for today's video. So hope you learned something new and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos in the future. Thanks everyone for watching.